Jessica said the universe is expanding. I asked her if that's true. Why does the moon seem closer than ever sometimes? She told me it doesn't work like that, that the moon and sun and solar system, on up to all the stars in the Milky Way, are ours to keep, right where they are in their respective orbits. She explained how the force of gravity kept it all together. We're in a little bubble here. See, it's the rest of the universe that's expanding away from us. So what? I said. Our galaxy is like a little pea suspended amongst a bunch of other little peas in a great expanding balloon of nothingness? Sort of, she said, only unlike a balloon, there's no edge of the universe, and there's no center of the universe. It's infinite. So, what is the universe expanding into if there's no edge to the universe? She didn't know. Her understanding of the universe was not like the universe, in that I had reached the edge.
See you there. Sorry about the mess. I wasn't expecting guests. May I ask how you found the place? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not listed. You know what? Doesn't matter. Happy to see you.
Yeah.
It was the internet, wasn't it? Don't answer. Don't answer. I don't want to know. I'm sorry. I'm a little distant. Well, maybe just nod if it was. Don't worry, I won't do anything drastic. My drastic days are over. No more locusts, no more floods, and the only salt you'll find is on my table next to the pepper. But, enough about me. How have you been? Look. Do me a favor, don't mention any of your professional accomplishments, okay? This isn't a contest. You don't see me bragging about creating gravity or, unlocking the science to abstract science or, creating an entire planet filled with sentient beings in the time it takes you to binge watch an entire season of Top Chef. But if we're gonna play that game, I totally will, okay? Sorry, I didn't mean be aggressive. That's the old me flaring up again. I think my blood sugar's low. Give me that look. Yeah, I know that look. That's the look you give your mom when you come home from Christmas break and find she's been drinking white wine in the middle of the day by herself. I'm fine. I'm better than fine. I'm great. Never better, in fact. Oh, I'm miserable.
Can you see it, Morgan? A big room full of old people and they're all eating. There are separate tables and they're all eating the best food there's ever been. It has to be the best every time because they're old. Keep your eyes closed. I'll keep explaining. They're old and wrinkly, and they walk slow, and they talk funny, and they're so wise. And I'm there too. But I'm not old. I'm an orderly. Do you know what an orderly is? It's the most respected appointment a youth can be given. At least, I assume it must be. I'm serving them. I'm taking their plates when they're finished. I'm helping the old ones up to their rooms. There are rooms, Morgan, filling the floors above, and there's an old person in each one. Can you see it, Morgan? That's the dream I'd make true if I could. I don't even know how I know when an orderly is. I just know it's a thing. Just like I know growing old is a thing. You can open your eyes now. I'm done explaining. Morgan? Where did you go? There's no place to hide. I didn't hear the door. Morgan, what about our dreams, Morgan? What about our work? What about these memories we have that aren't there but are? Not you too. Please. Morgan!
Right now I'm in California. I'm not right now in California. I'm in a great Morton County, but right now I'm in California, where I would be there, out there in the almond orchards. And the blossoms are just opening, and the smell is Swedish. It's the sun and the almonds. I mean, all the almonds are waiting on me, on mine, on us. But I'm not in California with the bees this year. But when I close my eyes, I should tell you about my brother. He's here. Well, not here. He's just generally over there. He left a long time ago. He came back, though, because of the oil boom and money. And he came back because of money, and we grew up here. I mean, our father would make these jokes, when he came back from California. I mean, not my California, his own California. It's a big place. It can fit both our Californias in. And he came back, and our dad, these jokes, he said, "Slaughter the fatted calf!" We didn't have cows. We don't. And it's just because we live here, we don't have cattle. My uncle does. I mean, milk mostly. We used to go over there when we were little and watch them milk, and they had these machines. And I remember being surprised by all these machines. And they had these chickens. I tried to steal one time. 2 times. The prodigal son. And we didn't have any cattle, and he came back because of money and the oil boom. You know, there was just so much work out there in the oil just boom. And the bees, they would be like a cloud mist. They'd be a light, dark something, just hovering, just all around the trees, just moving. And I'm not there in California with the bees. They hope I'm there. I mean, it's too cold here. All they could do is sleep. And they do so much of that as it is. Hope someone's talking to them. And did you know that it used to be It used to be, I mean, people still do this. I mean, sometimes I still do this. You need to tell them, let the bees know what's going on. Like the news. I mean, I don't think the bees care about current events, but you have to let them know important things, like moving or weddings or when someone dies. You have to cover the hive in black muslin so the bees can mourn. You have to let them know that they're going to be okay, and you have to tell them. The bees need to know, and they need to know that they'll still be taken care of, that they'll be tended to. Or else they'll decide to go somewhere else. You know, they're sensitive creatures, the bees. And I wonder, did anyone tell them? Did anyone put black muslin on the hive?
My boyfriend Anthony and I used to lip sync to Phil Collins songs. Like, ironically, you know, we didn't actually like them. She calls out to the man on the street. Sir, can you help me? Hilarious. But then we started thinking about Phil Collins actually writing the songs. like against all odds. You're the only one who really knew me at all. Super sad. I mean, just think of Phil Collins sitting there writing the lyrics, crying at his piano. Probably like a big cockney baby. And then it stopped being hilarious. But then Anthony broke up with me on New Year's Eve, and the only thing that was going through my mind were the lyrics to Against All Odds. And I was standing there on Fifth Avenue, and I was like, how can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace when I stand here taking every breath with you. You're the only one who really knew me at all. Anthony. We never dated an Anthony. Oh yeah. Well then who did I share all the laughter and the pain with, huh? Stupid sign. Who were you talking to? The audience, dummy. There is no audience. Of course there's an audience. There's no audience, then who would I be doing this dance for? Molly. Beyonce. Or a tour of the 90s. Person, Millie. And pictures. I'm not talking to no one. So anyways, after Anthony, I fell in deep to the Phil Collins breakup song catalog. Phil knew my pain. He knew I wanted to be in pain. Not soothed or cheered up. I wanted to wallow. And when listening to breakup songs wasn't enough, I knew I needed to write one of my own. And there was only one person who could give me the advice I needed. Right? Balcony? That's right! Bill Collins! So, I emailed him, and amazingly enough, he emailed me back. We talked on the phone for hours. Told him all about my breakup with Anthony. Phil Collins never answered your emails. Liar. You stole that story from This American Life. Liar.
They had been sitting on opposite ends of the bar, and when the woman got up to leave, Sam got up and followed her and called to her from behind. The sun was going down behind the mountains across the water. "Excuse me," Sam said. "I was wondering if you might be able to help me." And the woman stopped and she turned and said, "I don't know, what do you need?" "What's your name?" Sam said. And the woman laughed. She said, "Oh, is that all you need?" "No. No, of course not," Sam continued. "I need much more, of course, but I figured that was just a pretty good place to start." And the woman turned and she continued walking, and Sam followed a bit behind, but after a moment, she said, Dominique Jean." "Well, nice to meet you, Dominique. I was wondering if you might be able to help me, because lately I've been getting in a fair amount of trouble due to my behavior in public. I just act myself, and it's like people want to put me in jail or something. I've been watching kids very closely these last couple of weeks, and they seem to be getting away with murder. So I was wondering if a person like yourself might help someone like me figure out how to act like a freaky kid in public and get away with it." Dominique stopped at the "Don't Walk" sign, but she did not turn. "I really envied the little fuckers," Sam continued. "I mean, if I could get away with playing World War II games with some lady's purse paraphernalia on the floor of the waiting room at the dentist, I just think it wouldn't be so bad, you know? If I could walk down the street just explaining the world out loud to myself, I just think it wouldn't hurt so much. It's like my grandmother always used to say, if you want to talk to someone really intelligent." "What would?" Dominique asked. "Wouldn't what? What wouldn't hurt?" "Well, I guess that's another part of what I'm trying to figure out, what hurts so much." Sam and Dominique walked together, very slowly, down to the pier, and they watched the ferries prepare for evening departure. And they both wanted to pretend they did this sort of thing often, but the wind off the docks was just right, and it had them both thinking twice about all the nights when they had in fact done nothing like this, when they had talked to no one, when they had walked over no bodies of water. Sam and Dominique walked for hours and hours together, promising themselves that they would behave this way again all the time, that they would walk nowhere in particular, that they would talk to strangers. And in the end, they promised to help each other, act out all their freaky, hyper kid natures in public at all costs. And they resolved to play doctor together the following week on the floor in the waiting room at the dentist.
If you are going to work at my brewery, you're going to need to know how to talk about the beers that I brew here. They're all unique and thoughtful and tell their own stories. You'll need to learn the vocabulary in order to identify what you're tasting. Okay. And to guide our guests through their experience here. Okay. First things first, we're going to sample our flagship beer. Okay. I believe this is the most complex beer in the world, and yet somehow it all still fits together. You'll see. Does everyone have a sample? Good. Now, first we're going to smell the beer. What do I smell? Well, it's hoppy, of course, but there's a fruity layer right off the top, but not in a soury, citrusy sort of way, more like a sweet melon kind of way. It's dark in color, which makes it a perfect beer for a hot summer day or a hot winter day, depending on where you live. Is everyone picking up on this? Good. All right, let's taste it. Okay? And yet it tastes barrel-aged, but with a crisp feeling. It reminds me of oral sex in a good way. Yeah, I notice how not piney it is, you know, but still, I'm gonna say pine. Maybe it's the absence of pine that I'm tasting. fire. There's an almondy aftertaste, making it velvety like a kiwi, which is to say it's not like a kiwi at all. Piney. No, still not piney. But maybe piney a little bit.
Fact. In 1979, a secret government program designed to synthesize the human genome with the DNA of a wolf at a military base outside of Claremont, California, was defunded. The 200 participants, some of whom were doctors and scientists from the surrounding colleges, were routinely injected with a high-concentrate wolf serum. They were sent home with a personal thank you card from the base commander. The commander did not sign his name by hand, his secretary stamped it. Fact, moonlight is made up of sunlight bouncing off of the surface of the moon, mixed with 14% light from distant planets. These planets died millions of years ago, but their light still reaches us, making moonlight 14% immortal. Fact, 2 weeks after their release, the participants experienced severe reactions under the light of the full moon. After the night of blood-curdling screams on July 21st, 1979, the participants were rounded up and taken to a trailer park at the edge of the Mojave Desert. They went willingly, terrified by what they had just done, and a high perimeter wall was built with a single guarded entry and a sign that read, Garden Grove Private Retirement Community, trespassers will be shot. Fact. The lifespan of a wolf in captivity is 20 years tops. By 1999, the last of the participants was dying in a hospital bed in Claremont, California. She, along with 12 other women from the private retirement community, had had kids. The kids were allowed to live on the conditions that they be sterilized and never leave the private retirement community. Fact. Unlike the sun, the moon has seen every wrong that has happened at night, and it stores these memories on its dark side, waiting to return them to us. Fact. As the gate was closing, one of the guards called the group Werewolves. Seeing as it was a fitting name, the group adopted it, and one of the members, an artist, painted a flag and hung it from a dead tree. The group gathered under it and began to do as we are all doing all of the time and live their all too short lives.
Good evening, and congratulations. I said congratulations. Usually when I say congratulations, people applaud. Congratulations! I say congratulations because not for me, but for you. And not just for you, but for all of you. Tonight is a very important night, and you should all feel very proud of yourselves. In fact, how about another round of applause, and don't skip like I said, it's for you! Now, I have something rather weighty to tell you. Perhaps you should all sit down. Good. Now, how shall I put this? You know how you're born and then you live for a while? Well, I'm afraid that part is ended. You've stepped beyond, departed, slipped behind the veil, crossed over, basted the formaldehyde turkey. Ladies and gentlemen, you're dead. Congratulations! Now, I know what you must all be thinking. Adon, that's me. Why are we all here together? Did we all die in the same terrible tragedy? The answer is no. You all died in completely separate but equally terrible tragedies. For instance, hovercraft. Slipped in the shower. Bad clams. Horrific internal bleeding. You, sir, were shot by your own barking dog. I could go on, but you get the picture. Now, before you start getting down on the universe, let's analyze the situation a little. And all those things you were worrying about before, money, job, wife, kids, other. And how about that soul-crushing student debt that you foolishly racked up for art school that only dies when you do? You're welcome. You see, that's not so bad after all. But what now, you ask? Now, you wait on your paperwork. Oh, nothing to worry about. Just a writ from the Cosmic Board of Censure determining where you'll spend the rest of eternity. Oh, don't worry. You look like a nice group. I'm sure you'll be fine. And what's more, we've got a lovely night of entertainment planned for you while you wait, as well as fabulous games and terrific door prizes, so take a deep breath. Not that it matters anymore. Relax and enjoy.
We were on a bus outside of Ojai, back of center left-hand side. I was wearing shorts, which I almost never do, and a new pair of prescription sunglasses that she said made me look like Jean-Luc Godard. I don't look anything like Jean-Luc Godard. And to be honest, I don't even think I could pick Jean-Luc Godard out of a lineup. But she said that they were reminiscent of something that he would have worn, so I gave off a Jean-Luc Godard vibe. Which was fine by me because she really liked Jean-Luc Godard's films, and I was happy to be associated with whatever she liked, no matter if it was true or not. The bus was mostly empty, except for a few old people up in the front, and then there was one guy in the back, next to the bathrooms. He was asleep back there, stretched out across the 3 seats before we were a mile out of the station. He was still asleep when we got off. We were on our way to Santa Barbara, where our friend Ben was going to pick us up and take us to a cabin that we rented in Los Olivos? No, Los Olivos. And we rented it for a reunion. We were all friends from college, and we lived together in a house not far from campus. The closeness and seriousness of our bond was something that we considered unique among our age group. And when we were all there, it felt like going home. Or at least what going home is supposed to feel like. It was the first time since school had ended that we were all together at the same place at the same time. When we were all together, it felt like nothing had changed except our haircuts. Marta had gone to town the day before to get coffee. Marisa told her that Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch was just a few miles north of where we were staying. So, we decided to hike there, which we did, only to be turned away at the driveway by 2 very serious-looking dudes in decidedly un-Goddard-esque wraparound sunglasses. And the rest of the trip is kind of a blur because we were drunk and stoned the whole time, but I remember that it was fun and good, and that everything was easy and familiar. At dinner the last night, someone realized that it had been exactly 400 days since graduation, which was the last time we were all together. So, I decided that we should make a pact to meet up every 400 days for the rest of our lives, no matter what was going on, and that way, we would always be friends. Everyone thought it was a great idea, and to prove it, we took the wildflowers that Peter and Samantha had picked for our centerpiece on our hike back from Neverland, and we each took a drink from the sacred vase.
Afraid I haven't been completely honest with you. You must know I've been a little depressed lately. See, my dog died recently. His name was Harvey. He was a mutt. I don't know what breeds. Well, I mean, I do, but pretend like I don't. Enjoy the mystery. I enjoy pretending that there is a mystery. It's tough knowing everything sometimes. Wonderful dog, Harvey. Kind guys, you know. Not the brightest animal I've ever created. He used to eat rocks, but sweet as they come, you know. He used to sit at the foot of my bed and do this thing with his eyes, kind of like. Okay, well, I can't do it, but go figure. I can conjure absolute physical reality from the stark, infinite nothingness of the void in my sleep, but can't do impressions. Anyway, it's got me a little down. I mean, it used to be, it was, all about the process, I mean, start one project, on to the next. Trees, finished. Start on liking. Dinosaurs, done. How about mammals? Don't get me wrong, I don't regret any of it. Except for maybe tapeworms. We're a bad idea from everyone's perspectives, even their own. I gave them vocal cords once. You know what they said? They just shrieked and self-revolt. We all make mistakes. And anyway, this was the 90s, and I just entered my abstract phase. I'm finishing up credit default swaps, and I'm walking down the street. It's this pet store. Sitting in there, it's the cutest little puppy you ever saw. I look at him. He looks at me. I take him home. The past 17 years, I've just been taking all the me time, Smelling the flowers, just going to the park, sitting on the couch, catching up on TV. I mean, it's been great having someone to share your life with, and someone who loves you unconditionally. He died. So, it's time. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I'm the resurrection, the way, and the life, and he so believeth in me shall not blah, blah, blah. I never actually said that! First of all, that was an old Nazarethan life insurance commercial that actually went, he who pays his dues on time shall never be denied care. So poor translation. And second, I felt a little cheap to snap my fingers and bring him back. It's like those people who have a dog named Scraps, and Scraps dies, and they immediately go out and find another one who looks just a little similar to him and take him home and name him Scraps too? If life is precious, it's precious because it's finite. Besides, I'm the one who makes the rules. What kind of guy would I be if I didn't play by them?
This is stupid. I'm done waiting. It's my turn to speak now. As many of you know, I don't usually come to these things. You shouldn't read into it that much. It's just contempt. There are two things I want to say. First, the new person. Phil? What? Okay, yeah, Philip, you suck. Second, Morgan left us last week. I'm not sure if it was noticed or not. I'm not here to argue the theory that new arrivals are connected with the vanishing. In any case, this isn't even what I wanted to... I wanted to talk about the ones who leave us. Not just Morgan, but all of them. I can't remember the names of any of the others. I haven't thought about it, even though it's been happening as long as any of us have been here. and probably longer than any of us have ever got here, but I know I knew them. Knew their names and their faces. And I know those names and faces are gone from me now. And I know I cared. And I know there was a slight pause in the realization of there not being anymore. And I know it passed as if it never was. But it isn't passing this time. It's just, I'm not doing anything different. I always thought that one of us would finally grow old. I hoped it would be Morgan, because that would mean I would be there too. I would grow old. I'm tired of this. We never talk about them. We never talk about what their absence means to our place here. Memories fade, and not just of the ones who have left us. I no longer remember my first day here. I know what happened, but it's no longer in my head. I don't know how long I've been here, but I do know that Morgan was always there. All I can think about is how Morgan never changed. I never changed. Everything comes and goes without an effect, and we stop remembering because we don't have to. And this is painful because these are thoughts I've never thought before, and it's not that I've avoided them, it's just that they never came up. And it's wrong! It's so wrong! So I'm going to blame all of you. Especially Philip. I hate you, Philip.
You gotta be glad for it, you can't be glad for it, you know? It's cold as Mars out here. Like literally. Literally means literally. I mean, I read about it on Facebook, my cousin posted. I could live on Mars. I wouldn't mind it at all. Be just about the same as out here, any day. Except you can't go home on the weekends. I don't even always go home on the weekends. She calls me, I try and remember to call, but I'm just so tired when I get home. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I just don't even think about it. Just get in the trailer, not thinking of anything. Mind's all vacancy. It's like those meditation seminars. I went to one time.
One time I ran outside because of something, it doesn't matter what now.
This girl, this woman I was seeing at the time,
I was sad and I was angry and I was running.
she said it'd be a fun thing to do.
And then I stopped running. And
Fun was
I
the word she used. I don't remember.
all of the
word.
bees, they covered the
Whatever
olive
it is,
bee
we're
and they
sitting
were
there.
resting,
We
humming.
sit here.
And the bees, you always
Don't
hear
think
them
of anything at all.
buzzing like bees, but this was a quieter thing. They hummed.
Just breathe. Taste the inside of your mouth. Shit. I do it all the time. I do. Sometimes in the field out here, I'll be working, walking along, checking the fences, and suddenly it's like waking up. And I don't know, you know, not any kind of train of thought or anything. I'm not thinking of nothing. I'm thinking of nothing. And then I'll wake up and I don't know how much time, what time it's gonna be. It tastes the inside of my mouth all day. It tastes like menthol chew, penny, copper wire, you know, usually cold. Cold just tastes like cold. Cold tastes cold.
The bees came to me. They wanted me to know that it was okay, that they knew, and that they wanted me to stay here with them. And I'm a sensitive creature, and they wanted me to know. I want to know if he's okay. I mean, after all of this, I miss Java like I did when he got hurt. I told him he could come back home, a real home, back to California to help with the bees. And when he promised me he'd tell them, and that he put black muslin on the hive. And I want them to tell me because I can't see it. And when you're dead, bees are some of the only living type folks you get to talk to. And they used to tell me just like I was telling them. They were, but then no, the bees don't talk to me anymore. I mean, maybe they're too far out there in California. But I worry. I worry about him, my brother, and I worry about them, the bees. I hope he's talking to them, you know, but I worry. Where are they? California isn't so far away that they couldn't. I mean, it's not so far away, is it? And I don't know, maybe they're distracted, you know, busy bees. It's too quiet to hear, but I feel it in my heart, all of those blossoms falling, like a sad snow never to become fruit.
Why I decided to write and record a breakup song, even though I have no musical ability and can't play an instrument of any kind. I should probably explain a bit about the breakup itself. It was only after Anthony broke up with me. I liked how honest and sad it was. How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace? You're the only one who really needs me at all. The picture Phil Collins at the piano, writing it, the tears running down his face. Anthony broke up with me on New Year's Eve. For long, Phil Collins and I were commiserating about heartbreak, which he also went through recently. That was Starlee Kine from This American Life, talking about her breakup with her boyfriend, Anthony.
Hello?
How she emailed Phil Collins.
I knew Phil Collins.
How he emailed back. And that was her, not you.
He emailed me.
I didn't believe it either. Look at the wall, Kimberly. What does it say?
What does the wall say?
What did the note you got in the mail say?
Who is this?
This is you from the future.
No!
I'm just kidding. This is you from yesterday.
You think I'd remember that?
You probably don't remember.
Because you're a liar.
Because I'm speaking to you from a moment of clarity.
Ooh.
Listen to me, Kim. Do you know where the keys are to the back room?
Sure.
I need you to get them. It is very important.
Okay.
There is a van locked in there.
So what now?
You forgot, but you locked him in there.
I did not.
Yes, you did. I need you to get the keys. In my moments of clarity, I can't remember where I put them. Just call the bloody authorities, woman.
Who is that?
Right. And be arrested for kidnapping Phil Collins.
The Collins!
Yeah, anyway, you should be arrested for me, babe.
Don't yell at me!
Don't kidnap people, maybe we'll get you there. I will rip out the intercom again every day the same bloody time. Get the keys, open the back room, don't get distracted.
Dear Dominique, I took down one of my oldest books from the bookshelf the other day, and in the back there was a note from you saying, I hope someday when you find this that you're thinking of me fondly. And in an instant, I was remembering what it was like to be just beginning and so unstoppable. When we would walk into cafes or bookstores or dance halls, people used to turn and they would look at us. I always felt like we were carrying the great middle path with us wherever we went, that we would at any moment discover every drop of what had gone missing from our lives. We would eat only food that would help us live forever. And we wouldn't care that there weren't enough hours in the day to thoroughly live. I remembered what it was like to be straight for months and months at a time, to be clear, to be mindful, because I do worry now that there aren't enough hours in the day, because I am so desperately busy and there's been too many hours already spent living in the clouds. You know that I used to think that I had extra senses? That I was just waiting to take my place beside the North Star as the symbol for the next epic? But you know what? I haven't remembered my dreams in years, and I'm pretty sure they're all in black and white, though. I eat and sleep in black and white. I can see the edges of the universe from where I stand. There's no more mysteries. But I carried with me that December when you turned to me. That long walk down to the piers and the wind and the docks and the ferries, and it was just 2 weeks later that we packed up everything that we couldn't live without into some borrowed station wagon, and we drove out of the city without asking questions into that last winter storm. And I felt like Noah must have felt, you know, with that wind and snow outside, and wind and snow instead of rain, and inside we had books and changes instead of ducks and cattle. We weren't ready. I mean, we were strangers. We were just thrown together. We were like two young strangers, must have been in the old country, you know, just thrown together, just aiming for some hillside to plant on. But I remember digging holes in the ground to put the poles to hold our floor, milking enough stones from the meadow to build a whole little world. I remember sleeping with you on the tiny single mattress in that little cabin that we built, and being together like that, so tight-knit like that, and still alone, it wasn't enough, was it? I mean, we were still ignoring some great thirst, weren't we, Dominique? I mean, that kind of thirst a person just can't shake these days. I laid next to you, you know, I listened to you breathe. I listened to the wind outside in the trees, and I thirsted for some answers. I thirsted for some old roads. I thirsted for some new way of living without having to die so fast. You know, have you found some new way to live? Have you found some way to quench that thirst? I mean, have you found any water clear enough to drink from? I guess I'm writing you mostly to tell you that I'm working on a book. Keep an eye out for it, will you? It will be larger than life, and I'll be in it, of course. I'll play the part of the deliverer, as usual, not like Noah anymore, less like a vehicle, more like a deliverer like Moses. I will, in fact, be most like the sea that Moses parted, divided in the middle, both halves heaving, just waiting to rejoin each other. And when they do, when we reach that bank, that shore in front of us, and when the sea behind us has met itself again, there will be no paths, and we will walk forward onto this great expanse nevertheless, and we will entangle ourselves in the undergrowth, and we will settle down at the end of the day, and we will do nothing together and live like that forever at last. If you still haven't found the people and the places that you were looking for back then, look for this book that I'm promising you. It will be fine, for sure. In the meantime, be sure to quench your thirst as if you mean it. And be sure to live as if your kids will never die. All my love, Sam.
What kind of beer is this? It's a cider. I'm kidding, it's clearly not a cider. It's a black saison. That's a cider joke. You'll get those a lot around here. What kind of food pairs? Well, this would go with nice salmon or a brisket, or hell, you could just do 3 or 4 candy bars. Personally, I choose a 3 Musketeers, a Kit Kat, and a bag of M&Ms. They're sweet and creamy notes, but the aftertaste is elusive, like trying to hold smoke. The aftertaste taste is, I taste the shyness. It's reserved, self-conscious, like, this would be the only beer that would be on the beach. While all the other beers are swimming in the moonlit lake. On the first night of summer camp. This is the type of beer I order for a friend. I wouldn't order it for my son because he's only 4 years old. But if you were 21, I'd definitely order him a pint. This is a 9% ABV, which does not make it a good chugging beer. Unless you can handle it like I can. Every time I watch a movie or a TV show, I imagine that this is the beer they're drinking. It's also good to notice how not piney it is. I spent a lot of time on that.
Here's everything you need to know about werewolves. They live in a small village at the edge of the Mojave Desert, and they are, as you can tell, handsome. The question that faces us, you and me, is this. Would you rather feel too little or feel too much? Feeling too little is like watching a news story about a drug wave killing the 20-year-old something population of a town, but being too focused on your milk duds to care. Feeling too much is like breaking into a hospital dispensary to cook up a motherload of crank before holding up in a hotel room with the 20-something-year-old population of the town, only to escape into the night screaming and laughing through the cobwebs and explosions, hence the scars. You're a good-looking group of people. Do you enjoy being human? Not much difference between humans and werewolves. We feel the same things you do. We pet kittens, we punch through windows. It's just a matter of volume. You can control it, werewolves don't! And we don't fall in love. And we don't set our hearts on anything. Tate, is that you? Better not scare me. I'm going to die at the end of all of this, but in a happy way. Would you rather feel too little or feel too much? I expect an answer from each of you.
104B? Seat number 104B. No, no. Too bad. You would have won a very nice coffee maker. Don't know why we have a coffee maker as a door prize. There's no coffee in the afterlife. Instead, people drink a thing called nerd. It's thick and purple. It tastes like love. Which itself tastes surprisingly like Thai iced tea. Thailand. Land of sun. Land of summer. Alright! Show of hands. How many of you were Christians? I see. Catholics, Hindus, Buddhists, Muslims, Scientologists. Interesting. Congratulations, you were all wrong. But now that you're dead and all bets are off, how would you like to see how the universe really came into being? Hands, please. Very well. In the beginning, there was a lonely inky void called Katie. She was so beautiful and inky that other inky voids flocked to her and joined her in her inkiness, so that soon she was vast and enormous and also inky. But alas, she was still a void and needed to be filled. Oh. This next part gets a little sexual, so if there are any deceased children in the audience tonight, perhaps they should plug what's left of their ears. Oh, I am just a lonely void. Would that I could fill myself with something the exact opposite of myself. One day, an enormous solid object called Carl appeared. Simply because it was the most statistically probable thing to happen at that point in time. Woe is me. I have definite boundaries and nowhere to put them. The two immediately took a liking to one another. Quickly became borderline inappropriate. Yes. And then they crossed the border entirely. Tragically, being the void, Katie swallowed up most of Carl in their last making. The remaining crumbs became the earth, and the stars the end. Thank you. Apparently there's been a slight delay in the release of your verdict. Well, nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Let me just go check with the Board of Cosmic Censure and see what's going on. Again, nothing to worry about. I'm sure it's nothing.
3 weeks after we got back from the reunion, Jessica lost her footing on a curb and hit the base of her skull on a newspaper box. The doctors said that if it had just been an inch higher, she would have been walking around with just a bump and a story to tell. Instead, she was in a coma for 8 days. Then, Marta, Peter, and Samantha all came to visit while she was out, and that was the last time we were all together. When she finally came out of the coma, Jessica had lost a lot of neurological function. The MRI showed that she would respond to some stimulus and could breathe on her own, but she would be a quadriplegic for the rest of her life and require 24-hour care for the foreseeable future. After we got the news, her parents and I took a walk around the hospital parking lot and asked me what I was going to do. I told them that I didn't know. That seemed like a lot. Jessica and I had been together since sophomore year, had lived together since we moved into the house with the others. We lived together now, but in a crappy apartment in Van Nuys with 2 other roommates. I didn't think my life was cut out to take care of someone like that. They saw that I was scared and said that they were scared too. The hospital was on a hill in Panorama City, overlooking the 405. We watched the traffic crawl up and around off into the hills, at the edge of the parking lot next to a fence. Father put his hand on my shoulder and said that it wasn't my responsibility to take care of her, that she would stay with them while she recovered, and that no one would think ill of me if I decided that it was too much to handle to stay with her. said I would have a place with them if I wanted it, but that I had to understand the complexity of what that meant for my future. I told them I needed to take some time with it. Her mother said, "Of course. Take all the time you need. But do what's in your heart, son." She said it just like that. Do what's in your heart, son. The sun was setting and they went inside. I stood out next to the fence for I don't know how long, watching the increasingly dramatic colors on the horizon. When night fell, the moon was waxing crescent, and through the ambient haze of city lights and smog, a couple of stars were visible. I wondered if they were some of ours, or if tomorrow they'd be a little farther away.
Well, thought it over, and I think I'm tossing in the towel. I just can't do it anymore. The 20th century was the last one I had in me. I'm gonna retire. Maybe I'll write a book. Maybe my memoirs. Me, myself, and I. Hasn't as ring to it. Come on, don't be like that. You'll be fine. I mean, I've been almost completely absent for the past 17 years, and you've done all right. Everyone crashes a couple times once the training wheels comes off, but the point is, I can't continue driving this ship if I don't know where I'm going. Honestly, I don't know what the point is anymore. What's the meaning of any of it? It's a rhetorical question, by the way. I don't expect you to know the answer. Anyway, leaving everything to you. Stay here as long as you like. There's frozen pizza in the freezer, clean towel on the bed, and the keys are on the table. Who knows, maybe I'll drop you a postcard. Good luck.
You know, I feel like something is missing. Context. Whenever I know something or have something I want to say, I read it in a book. I don't know why. I've never seen a book. I don't think I've ever held one either. But I know what they are, and I know that they would help me with this problem. Context. You know, it would be nice if there was a story that explained why I know what I want to say. Like, before I came here to this place, I went on a quest through the ruins of an ancient world to a castle made of glass, and that castle was full of books, and I read each and every one. I want to say library. I know what it described as a library, but I want to find it because I don't remember how I know. It's like I can see my strings, right? I can feel the pull and follow it up, 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 and then nothing, just fog. It vanishes into a fog and I can't see into it. I've never seen fog before, but I know what it is. And I know that this was wine, and I now know that this bottle has ulterior uses. And I know that it was supposed to refill and never empty and nourish every need, but it hasn't been. Not since And I know there's symbolism in that. And I know it's there when we vanish from here. And I know that the night was never ours, even though we spent our entire lives trying to take it, and I have no idea what that means, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with space and time outside these walls. And I don't think I'll ever see it again so that I can understand. Someone vanished. They were the first person I ever saw. But I think that's only true in here. And I know I knew their name, but it's no longer here. And I think I may be going away as soon as well. I know that there's a word to describe the going, the vanishing, the no longer being. I know I should be feeling anxiety, but I think it was taken away. So there's just confusion when I try to understand. And there's just no reason to dwell. And so I won't for long.
Cold as fuck up here today, yeah? Lucky to have my toes. These boots are rated -60. Don't fuck with boots. Go wear these on Mars. Cost a penny, but they're worth it. I do alright out here. Get the boots to get the work, to get the job done. Steel toes, nothing. I need these goddamn things. It's the shortest days, the worst kind of days, cold. Cold tastes like cold. Yeah, all dark and wet at the same time. It sucks is what it does, like a motherfucker. It's nice that the nice days are so long. And then they're too hot sometimes. And when I get my shit together, when me and the old lady, when we're good and old, not too old, but we have our retirements all figured out and everything. We don't get fucked by the government or some shit. And move to one of those islands where it's 73 degrees all day. All the days are the same length. Time won't pass at all. Tell me and my old lady will live forever. Forever with my old lady, right? Had to think about that one, huh? Alright. No, she's a good one. Hey! Fucking watch it! You're gonna kill somebody with that thing. Shouldn't worry about the cold, just worry about Big Eddie. Asshole! Heard me? Yeah. No, it's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, I seen it. I live in here. I live in my head. Everything's quiet. Everything's quiet, quiet. Sometimes it's just the wind, the blood between my ears going rushing, whooshing, like it does, like you do, like it does, like you do. The wind goes, blood goes, Big Eddie goes. Cold tastes like cold. I got a lotto in my pocket. Got my chew in my pocket, got my little number 9, I got my wallet. If I fall in the dish, they'll know my name. The world runs on this shit. It's dead dinosaur, dead plant, dead man shit. It's weird. I don't even think about it. It's tasty inside of my mouth. Came out here for nothing. Big A doesn't get that. He thinks I'm some kind of out-of-towner, upstart, outsider piece of shit. I grew up here, and I left, came back, and got my start here. Got my college degree, but I don't mean shit. Got my college degree, but I started here. Entry-level position. Equipment operator training. It's not my fault he didn't get his GED. Oh, fucking hillbilly-ass Neanderthal? This is an entry-level job involving hard labor. This job is always outside. All these derrick hands and rig operators, they knew he was driving a truck. Could have been doing it anywhere. Says $1,000 sign-on bonus, $500 closed budget. The schedule and the hours, no one likes that shit. But then you're not trucking across the country jacking up on whatever. Trying to make that kind of time you would make when you're not sleeping, mething up, driving 3 days straight. Give you a warning, right? Right? Things you go too fast, then you get fined and shit. And then all the union and employee bullshit comes down on you. He did a pile of meth, he forgot the math. It's like my boss used to say when I worked at the grocery in high school. The short tills are a problem. It's when they come up over. That's when you know something's up. Overcorrecting. You can't overcorrect out here. You can't under. I just taste the inside of my mouth. It tastes cold. Talks the way I would do it. I heard DUI. No. Just drop down to his knees. Like, no. Pulled over, taillight out in the truck. Told him to get home before it got dark. Like fucking bastard. Any of us motherfuckers, been in the cold box, head home in the luggage compartment. It's the gateway to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. See, the thing is, if you get canned out here, it might take a while to get back. There's a guy who was out here, now he's working the drive-thru at Schlotzky's, slinging sandwiches. No dignified way for a man to live. Don't want to tell this old lady he's sitting on his last check till the thaw comes. That's what I heard. Me, I came here for the money. Got nowhere else to be. Big fucking world out there. What I got is here. Cold in here.
Don't distract. Don't distract. Good.
Phil Collins?
Do you have the keys?
Oh, keys! Yeah.
Oh my God, it's all coming back to me.
No. If it all comes back to you, you'll forget where you put the bloody keys. So just get the bloody keys.
Then I wasn't Anthony.
Every day, the same bloody day.
It was just a story that I heard on NPR.
Here we go.
Phil answered that woman's emails and they talked for hours like friends and it was so perfect and then I emailed and nothing. Not even to go fuck yourself. You know, I loved him too. Not in an ironic way either. I love you!
I love you too. Unlock the door.
But then you got your assistant to give me a restraining order because I said you'll be in my heart in your hotel and then, oh my God, what have I done?
Kim, love.
You know my name. Phil Collins knows my name. Oh, I thought that was an audience.
Keys.
Right, keys. Yes, I was going to get them, and they are. Phil? Phil, are you crying? Well, don't cry. Just stop your crying. It'll be alright. Just take my hand and hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be there, don't you cry.
Kim.
That's from Tarzan.
Call the police.
I'll find the keys.
It's never find the keys. We get this every time.
Well, don't yell at me, Phil Collins.
You are gonna rot in prison for this, you crazy.
I'm sure I'll remember where the keys are tomorrow. Phil can hold on one more night. Oh, that's right. There is no audience. So who am I talking to? Hey, that's what I said. Okay, what if, when I remember where the keys are, I forget where everything else is? Maybe I'll just go back to thinking I dated Anthony. We were so happy and no, Kim. Okay. Oh. You never dated Anthony. That's perfect. This will help me from falling back into delusion. Oh, I know. What if I write a letter and send it to myself? Something. Phil Collins never answered emails. He stole that story from This American Life. That's to the point. Perfect.
in there? Alright.
Now that the song is done, it's really hard not to wonder if Anthony is going to hear it. I'd like to say I've gone back and forth on whether I even wanted to, but the truth is, of course I do. Everyone I talk to, from my best friend all the way to Phil Collins, says to listen. And yes, if the roles were reversed and it were me, I definitely would. But I know Anthony. If anyone can resist listening, it would be him. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. I picture him 40 years from now, an old man, living in some house that I'll never see. I imagine him sitting down and finally listening, on the CD player that people make fun of him for still having. He loads it in and hits play. He listens to the entire song from start to finish, and when it's over, he plays it again and again, until the tears are running down his face.
That was Starlee Kine from This American Life talking about her breakup with her boyfriend, Anthony. Hello, Kim. This is you from the future! Just kidding, this is you from yesterday. I need you to go find the keys to the back room. Don't get distracted.
I sat down to look last night, and I noticed that every single last one of my poems begins with the word I. I mean, what an atrocious thing, I thought. So I decided to start all over again. Sam sat down to look last night, and he noticed that every single last one of his poems begins with the word I. What an atrocious thing, I thought. I do my damnedest to start in new places and to head out in new directions, but by the time I've taken out everything that doesn't need to be there, I'm right back starting with I again. So, sick of himself again on a Friday night, Sam went out walking. He goes out walking when something pulls him out, some sort of sickness, some longing. He goes out in search of crowds, hoping and not hoping to be seen, hoping to find some specific face in that crowd so he can assure himself later that yes, he was actually alive, at least for those few minutes. And most of the time you could stop him if you knew him, and you could ask him, and Sam would be able to tell you with great clarity everything that was about to transpire around you. Sam has always been that way. And so it was that he knew that the woman would come calling right when she did come calling his name from behind. And he knew that there would be a million faces on the street staring as he smiled strangely, when in fact he had no intention of smiling. In fact, he wanted to not smile, just to show how little he needed someone to ask him how his life had been lately. How he hated when people just pretended that they weren't all alone, you know, not really all alone in the end. But he did smile at the woman. And the woman smiled back, and nothing that they said to each other was what they wanted to say, and all the various gentle cruelties and the lingering skin-deep truths that they had both dreamed of finally unshouldering just remained silent still. They walked a block north, and as they parted, Sam pretended he had the intention of going someplace in particular and meeting someone specific. And they said their goodbyes, and Sam found himself sitting at a bar stool. He saw the reflection of himself in the bar mirror, and he saw this little glimmer of hope in his own eyes that he knew not a single other person on the planet would recognize as he stood right back up and walked back out the door. So, stuck at his desk, at the top of another blank page, Sam really did keep trying not just to end up with himself, kept trying to pull out all the little bits and pieces and not just end up with I. He spends his Friday nights that way, his Saturdays, his years. In the end, he always decides to start over again. Last night I went out walking, and I ran into a woman who I love very much. And nothing that we said to each other made any sort of sense, but all of the little live moments that had made up my life flashed before my eyes under that street lamp, and I resolved like I do every time flashes like this one occur, to no longer crave possession of the moments, the way that I have longed for certain people and places and have pined for their returns. You know, I have pined too long for returns. And I will keep trying to forget myself, because I have this foolish notion that one day I might find myself that way. I will make sense when I speak. I won't just call. I will be making all of the little separate pieces whole again. I will stumble on the truth, I am sure of it, just as soon as I forget what it is that I am looking for. I will walk right out into the heart of the matters as if I didn't care, no longer be dumb or foreign or used. I will find the center. I will find the center where they say there is no center, and I will find it all by myself if I have to. And when I finally do arrive, the last thing that will matter is what words my poems begin with.
It's definitely a sitting up beer. Recommend sitting on a stool or a chair or a rocking chair or a throne if you have one. You can sit on the street and on the curb if you wanted. I have. You can just sit right here and I would definitely say sitting up is easier. I wouldn't recommend drinking it out of your hand. Because it ends up just tasting like hand. You know what? The only thing that I understand is beer. I mean, it's all right. I poured my soul into this beer. It's all right here in the beer. Are you getting this? Are you picking up on that? Oh, shit. I mean, God damn it, I brewed my soul into this beer. This beer is me. And everyone loves this beer. That means everyone loves me. You fucking asshole. You know, I recommend heading
After an unexplained summer snowfall in the Mojave Desert, the sun rises and little slivers of water are in the cactus plant, and if you dip your tongue, you can taste. Would you rather taste too little or taste too much? For me, for us, there is no difference. I'm going to tell you about shooting moonlight in your arm until you're high as a balloon, empty heart on fire. It's really quite simple. Fact, the werewolves of Garden Grove, deadened by the lack of outside stimulation, could give a shit about anything. I'm sorry for my language. But when you're high as a balloon, empty heart on fire, it's burning and you can smell it. And with my canine sense of smell, it's like... But what we were able to do in a trailer park kitchen with such basic tools, it's, well... Fact, moonlight is made up of sunlight bouncing off of the surface of the moon, mixed with 14% light from distant stars, making it 14% immortal. It's also mixed with electromagnetic radiation. This unlocks in the human wolf brain gray matter that has laid dormant for so long. The tricky part is isolating the electromagnetic radiation in the molecule. To do this, you need a bonding agent. After many failed attempts at burning out trailer parks, the bonding agent is not saliva, it is not soap, it is not bleach, it is peanut butter. Creamy, not crunchy. Mix it with electromagnetic radiation, and you have something that would kill a human in 2 minutes, but put it in, say, meat and moonlight. Close your eyes. You're on a rocket ship. Your firstborn child is in your arms as you hurtle through a kaleidoscope of colors, and music is coming from the thunderclouds, ode to joy, as a laser beam hits you in the forehead, and in an explosion of blue blood, you rocket through the rock and roll rhythm section of the universe until you are the first and last essential being. It's better than that. But when it wears off, you can't imagine. Going from 14% immortality to weak crumbs in your crusty bedsheet, it feels like shit! I'm sorry for my language. Not as much as earlier. We have a problem. We're running out of peanut butter. So, we've dug a hole to the outside world our parents spoke of, the world with stores and stores and stores and aisles and aisles and aisles and jars and jars and jars of creamy peanut butter. We're scared, we're furious, we're coming!
Pardon me. I didn't know you guys would be back so soon. I was just remembering. I died once too, you know. A long time ago. In Thailand. Would you like to know how? I was fired out of the cannon by my father accidentally. These things do happen in Thailand. Sometimes, in my darkest moments, I wish Katie and Carl had never met. Good news! The verdict is coming down. Sometimes there's just a hiccup with central processing. Nothing to worry about. Perfectly normal. On a personal note, I'd like to apologize for my previous state. Sometimes I get a little nostalgic. And by nostalgic, you understand, I mean drunk on blurb. It's not that I don't mind being dead, mind you. Have you ever been to Thailand? There are Bengal tigers there, and people rode canoes made out of gold! Anyway, it was very unprofessional of me, and it won't happen again. Oh, I believe that's you! This is my favorite part, really so exciting. Scented lilacs. I think it's their hand cream. Congratulations! Huh. Apparently you're all being sent to the pits. Sorry about that. Maybe you should have done something, or maybe not done something else. I really don't know. Anyway, there's a coupon for a 5-second reprieve from eternal agony stapled to the back. I'm not sure how you want to divide that. Listen, I have another group coming in, so I should just leave this on the ground here for you. I think you'll like the pits. They're dark. Congratulations.